Well. What do we have here? You came back? For part 2? Y'all fucking with me like that? Okay. I ain't gonna do nothing wrong, bro. You feel me? Now, to start off part 2, we are going to continue by blotting out and spreading my foundation with my beauty blender to ensure as much coverage as I can. I usually put this on with the foundation, my Paradise Set Mattifying Setting Spray by BH Cosmetics, just like the primer I used in the beginning of part 1. If you have not seen part 1, I encourage you to go start with part 1 just to see how we got here, how my eyelids look like that, and how we started off my eyebrows and continued with that process. I did end up having to move my headband up just to also cover the concealer at the top half of my eyebrows as much as I could before removing my head wrap and doing my hair. I will go over and make sure everything is perfect when I do start my hair. After applying the foundation, I make sure to go in with that angled brush again and the highlighter just to make sure that I am touching up the liner lines, especially after I have just put foundation on. When you put the foundation on, it does run the risk of covering the liner that you did in the first place, especially since you probably do want foundation in those areas still. I went ahead and did the same thing on the other side, and I usually line the ends of my eyebrows with a little bit of highlighter as well, so it gave it a little bit more of a pop since there was highlighter being used as my eyeliner in this look as well. I sprayed with a little bit of the setting spray, and I personally felt like the eyeliner lines weren't as dramatic as my eyelashes were going to be, so I went ahead with the original highlighter wand anyways and cleaned up with the angle brush. My following step was to put highlight on my cheeks, nose, and chin, and this is where I normally put it, but this step would just be anywhere you normally put your highlight, because adding it as a liner was an extra step. This is normally where my highlight does come into play in any regular makeup look that I do. I then took a specific sponge that I use for this liquid highlighter, and I blended that in just so that, it looked really nice and you could see the rosy tint. After blending and looking at my face for a little bit, I did what I always do and I started thinking, and I went ahead and added my Colorina Pro Artist Double Eyeliner Stamp in the shape of a heart. I have tons of different shapes, but the hearts are definitely my favorite. Shout out to my bestie for buying them for me. After another look, I still didn't feel like the eye look was just enough for me, so I decided to go in with that color right above the highlighter eyeliner above my cut crease. I didn't do too much, but I made sure to make it notable and noticeable just to make sure that I really have the full pink effect that I personally wanted with this Valentine look. I did decide to go in the inside of the corner of the eyeliner as well to also make those lines look a little cleaner and a little more dramatic, and I made sure to touch up anywhere else that I felt as though might have needed it. I usually add color underneath my eyes as well after my foundation is on for obvious reasons, which is what I am doing here. I continued on the inner corner of underneath my eye with the same color that is above my eye in that inner corner, and that is what you are seeing here. I finished off my under eyeshadow by dabbing the darker pink on the outside of the light pink section to accentuate the inside light pink, but also to make it cohesive with the top eyelid. I then also used the same dark pink or what was remainder on the brush just to add a little bit to the tip of my nose, the tip of my chin, and within my highlight. I had decided to use some of the pink eyeshadow to finish off my cheek highlight to make the entire look, eyelids and all, a little more cohesive. I am now going in with my favorite lash glue, or I should say the lash glue I have been using the most lately, which means you can use any lash glue of your choice as well as lashes of my choice. And I decided that while I wait, I would apply my Instant Lift brow pencil in the shade of deep brown as my lip liner. Another example of me using other products for other things. I didn't remain with this as the main color on my lips as I felt brown was not doing the pink look justice. As you can see, I have now continued by putting my lashes on and aligning it where I personally prefer my lashes to be, and securing it by pushing the lash down against my eyelid to ensure the entire false lash line has adhered right above my own. And I used the same lash glue to rehydrate the other one as it took a little bit of time before I got to put it on, and it had retried a little bit and followed the same process with aligning it where I wanted it to be and pressing down when I needed it to be in its spot. This is where I swapped, and I used my Suede Matte Lip Liner by NYX in the color SMLL34 Alabama, which was the official color that I made the main color on my lips. It has a purpley type hue just to complement the types of pinks that I have on my face, and I continued and moisturized the center of my lips while then also adding my Vita Lip Coconut Lip Gloss, which is absolutely great and usually one of my first go-tos. I do have other flavors, and I don't want to say tints, but their packaging has different colors, and I do have the different types available as well, but this one was just something subtle and something hydrating. And this is the look from left to right where I am stopping because I am now going to go to my hair. Now don't do me, alright? Now for real, like for real, like don't do me. I am not a expert on laying wigs, fixing wigs, styling wigs, or anything of the sort. But I do know enough just to get myself through. Right now, I am dabbing foundation on my forehead to blend it in seamlessly with the foundation I had already put on that had reached my face, where my head wrap wasn't covering. I went through to make sure that the small, intricate hairs that are lining the wig were separated as much as they could be and as naturally as they could be with a rat tail comb, just to make sure that the little bristles could do as little movement and damage to the underlying glue as possible. After taking my hair out of my scrunchie, I went through and detangled my hair with one of my combs to make sure I got all the knots out before going through the entire wig with a straightener. This straightener I have had for a long time, and this wig I've had for a little bit, but they do great and they definitely have my back. So today we're going to see that process and I made sure to speed it up just so we weren't here watching for forever. Here I am swapping to the opposite side, and it definitely does show the camera a better envisionment of what I meant by revitalizing the movement, especially after straightening. It makes it softer and a lot more pliable, a lot easier to comb through when I'm not inside my house. Don't really want to be fighting with my wig out in public because that's awkward. Once I was satisfied with the straightening and the movement, I then took my comb and combed through one more time just to fix all the hairs into a nice flattering position for the last scene, where I am going to shoot you a glaring look so you can see the makeup and the hair all together. And there it is, boom. I then went through and made sure that the hairs on the edges of my face seamlessly went around my ear as well for, again, a more natural look. It's already a pink wig. Gotta do as much as I can just to make it look as seamless as I can. Alright y'all, thank you for watching my first YouTube video back in a while. I know I've been gone. There'll be another YouTube video on that real soon. Clearly, remember, moving, all that. Actually, I never released that video. I did record videos, so don't come for me entirely. I just didn't want to chop and cut and put them all together because a lot of stuff has happened since then. So I'm just going to do a download recap type video after this one. But yeah, thank you for watching my Valentine's Day look. You see it. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your mom, tell whoever that I'm back. And I'll be trying to be more active with my videos and my communication. So yeah. Alright, bye!